3-minute rounds for the inaugural WMO Irish title. Dublin, the stage is set, the bright lights are on. One more time, make some noise! It's time to war! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man weighed in under 63.5 kgs. Fighting out of EireMuaySiam, presenting Faisal Azimi. That is opponent making his way to the ring, fighting out of the red corner. This man weighed in under 63.5 kgs. Fighting out of EireMuaySiam, presenting Sohail
Ladies and gentlemen, the featured bout of the evening, EireMuaySiam, Faisal Azimi taking on Warriors Muay Thai, Sohail Ashfar. As Sohail called it, Mark, this is a fight of redemption. The men previously shared the ring on short notice, must be said, for both men. That night, Faisal came away with the victory, but this is a beautiful stylistic match, Mark.
He did, but I'm not too sure. I think Ashfar has been a little bit more active in the last 12 months. He was up in Belfast, jumped in last minute to fight a very experienced and very good fighter, Dan O'Toole, jumped in on a week's notice.
That's something his head coach, Keane Cowley, called out, that he was sort of fighting fighters at weight classes on short notice that he shouldn't, or was at a disadvantage for doing so.
Yeah. And we can see tonight, this is where the whole night's kind of come together as a perfect jigsaw, this relaxed pace. We see a 5-round match, 3 minutes, with a 2-minute break. I think this is the first time now we're seeing the WMO Irish title up for grabs at this weight division. So 5 threes, knees to the face, elbows to the face also allowed. Oh.
Lip to the liver, right.
Azimi was almost setting up a spin elbow there. When you see that left leg cross over on the different track, it generally means there's a spin coming. So maybe he has that in his head. He wants a highlight finish tonight.
I've been lucky enough throughout my years of announcing fighters to watch both of these fighters, and it's some journey to where they are. And to your point, Mark, although I met earlier, there just comes a time when you're destined to meet one another again. And
yeah, when it gets to a certain level, there's percentage difference at the highest level, but there can be big levels going from C to B to A, especially when it's the best in A class. Again, first time we'll see tonight teeps to the tie as well.
Beautiful tie clinch sweep.
And what you'll see is you won't see an overreaction. You won't see Azimi come in there and overcommit. He wants to blast him out of water, albeit.
The speed of both the attack and offensive maneuvering there.
I think both are quite formidable. They're experienced. They know that this 5-3 rounds, if it goes to the 5th round, the pace dictated in round 1 could play a huge effect. So they're quite tentative. You can feel at the moment. Still feeling each other out. Still hitting each other harder than what you'd see in a traditional Thai match. Say in Thailand, they're even a little bit more relaxed in Thailand. Great catch and release and score for Azimi. Ashfar showing great balance after the kick, leaving that leg up to check.
Nice score. Ashfar.
I think what I like about both of these guys' styles is that they're both technicians and they both have that animal instinct that we've seen earlier on in the amateurs. They mix both.
Nice head kick, but wore it well. Azimi.
I think in the earlier rounds we're seeing Ashfar showing a greater library of moves. He seems to pull upon Azimi. Now that could mean Azimi could be holding back. He doesn't want to show his best stuff so early. But round one, and remember, like in Thailand, sometimes they still Azimi's corner. They were talking about elbows quite early on. They were talking about trapping and cutting elbows. So we might see some in this round. There we
right
go.
on cue, yeah.
That's that little trap. He puts a handbrake on Ashfar's elbow. He puts it in a tight clinch, pulls the elbow down a little bit, and slices over the top.
An interesting facet in this fight as well. Although they've fought each other, they also have shared the mats together. Azimi has been up in Warriors now. So I was saying that they didn't get much sparring time in, but to be in the presence, you're going to see, aren't you? You're going to see your opponent.
Yeah.
So that's just another little sprinkle to this fight.
Absolutely, and they're probably going to meet again after this because I don't know who's going to step up. I'm sure there's one or two in the country to step up and match these guys, but it's so entertaining. This is a culmination so far of all the best things we've seen tonight of every fight. And
this, I'd allude to the fact that someone like, let's say, Craig Coakley, for example, we were spoiled to watch Craig fight so regular. Same with yourself, Mark. We would have seen you in the regional, but then you get to a point where you're bigger than the regional circuit, and it's almost like these two gentlemen are on the cusp of that, where they're going to have to fight internationally.
I'd say they're not even on the cusp. They could go abroad. It's just that now the norm would be what they're doing right now is the norm. You get fighters that can stand toe-to-toe, check, keep a fantastic balance, and they've got more than one knockout shot.
Talking about someone fighting internationally, Jay Council won a European title last night over in the UK. Something you said, the caliber of fighters in this country, Mark, for such a small country and population.
It's huge, yeah. It reminds me of an old documentary, The Boys from Cuba, I think it was, about the Cuban boxing from the kids, and they train in derelict buildings, and the one key that they had over everyone else was expert coaching in dilapidated buildings with subpar equipment. And I feel sometimes in Ireland, unless you're an Olympic sport getting funding every single year, maybe like boxing, you rely on rich, very good, intelligent coaches that have fought and travelled, and that's what we have. Tonight we've seen in every corner is that a domestic match and producing some fantastic talent.
That's how Rocky Balboa beat Ivan Drago. He went back to old school. Terrible movie quote now. But you spoke about the library of assaults and attacks by Faisal Azimi. We've seen a little bit of that. Chapter 2 maybe open up here, Mark.
Yeah. The guys are so evenly matched. Again, it's making it difficult. It's a spectacle to watch. It's fantastic. It's something you would show students how to kick and catch, release and score, composure, tempo. But again, it's also a competitive match for a title. Someone needs to start to pull away now. I think there might be, you don't want too many asterisks, as we alluded to earlier on, as you said, to maybe frame retrospectively going back if the round was quite even. You don't want too many even rounds. You have to have that one thing that pulls you away. And again, quite difficult now to call between these two that warrants the 2-minute break.
Third round, tempo may pick up. Little feint by Sohail. See who's fighting.
I like that. What we've seen there with Ashfar is when he hit the right leg kick, he came back in a rear leg teeping guard. He keeps his leg up like that because he knows the biggest weapon is going to come around that side. He holds that. It takes incredible balance. Fantastic to see. Very nice. Composure and balance being a huge factor in how a judge scores a technique hit on the scoring area.
Just trying to leave with it. Check hook at lead hand. Sohail Ashfar. There's the kick. Trying to catch by Azimi. Azimi trying to fire back with hands.
Azimi has great eyes on the catch. That's a few times he's done that. He seems to be able to catch it, and not just one way. He's catching under, he's catching over, he's double-handed catching.
Vicious head kick, got him on the neck, across the chin.
This is what I was saying, like as you said there, they're familiar with each other, but then the paradox kind of is they can pull out these things out of the bag. That the level of athleticism is fantastic. And that's probably the second time. Round one, we seen Ashfar put Azimi down with a sweep and technique as well. Nearly there again. That was nearly a point of difference. That maybe later on we might see Ashfar get into the clinch.
He's done that a couple of times. Sits back and counters with the right hand.
Yeah, passive and cross. Catch and go. Again, the way this match is going, one significant shot could sway around.
It really is a game of inches here, millimeters. They are so evenly matched. Incredible main event.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more elbows because they're committing. They're not over-committing. But especially with here we go, the technical proficiency of both to crash elbow in or cut elbow off the lead hand as one steps in. There's the sweep. That seems to be definitely a point of difference between both fighters. First times we've seen a little bit of head movement. It was nice to see from Ashfar.
His head movement, a little bob and weave, and just getting that head out of it.
Great round.
Center line, great round. And you notice Faisal Azimi, he does the same thing at the end of each round, just sort of
high quality results. You can put pillars in place, but what works for Azimi and Ashfar back in their clubs, the next fighter's not going to respond to their level of training. They're a unique mixture of talent and skill. Now we can definitely see a difference in intensity.
There's a lot more on these shots, all right.
Yeah, Azimi seems to have ramped it up. We could see Ashfar trying to pull away each round. Azimi's now responding with a little bit more venom in the kicks.
Strong, stiff jab, setting up the attack there by Azimi.
Very nice, what we'll call a scoop, a left scoop hold into a left liver shot. Fantastic by Azimi. Now they will score if the way Azimi's hitting them body shots, hitting the arms, it's making that noise, and if it's moving the opponent, it's scoring. He's shown effect.
Azimi has certainly come out starting this round faster. Maybe this is the game plan all along. Rips to the body.
Takes a lot of confidence to throw that from a left hand and keep the left chin open, or the left side of the face open. Throw that body shot. He's very confident. He either has a master plan in here that he's going to ramp up this now from this point on. I think he starts to need to do it, and then definitely in the last round.
Elbow. Just from my angle, not too sure if it landed, but starting to open up. Faisal. And all of a sudden, Ashfar's missing here, Mark. It's Ashfar starting to get the read and timing.
This is the 5th round. This is the. We've seen it earlier on. Mostly in the amateurs and 3-round matches, the high energy fighter at the start can nearly fade in the last round and lose the match. Again, we've seen Ashfar in Belfast a few weeks ago or a month or two ago, and he stepped in against Dan O'Toole, did the exact same thing. He went 5 rounds and he pushed the pace for 5. So it'll be interesting to see what his depths are on this. Knowing this, he was coming into this camp. Again, I wouldn't be jumping in, not in A class. There's an elbow generally at the end of them type of techniques where we commit too much body weight to a technique. Fantastic double hook, cross hook.
Yeah, Azimi really putting in on the hands at the moment here.
I have a feeling he still has a bit to ramp up, and if that's the case, I am impressed, because to have that level of confidence to be potentially behind on the cards. And to keep that level of composure is fantastic. If he can ramp it up in 5.
And there's the arms raised again.
Possibly an Azimi round. I'd be leaning towards that way now. I can see him coming more into it. If Azimi can press like he did in round 4, he potentially, if this has all been a ruse and he's been building us all up to this round 5, if he's been roping open us a little bit, I could see Azimi maybe pressing a pace or a stoppage, because he should have a little bit more energy.
This is for all the marbles in the 5th round. And I suppose in that regard, is Ashfar thinking potentially on 3 up here, just play it safe, and that could be the worst thing he could do?
Absolutely, absolutely. It could be 3 up, it could be 3-2, or 3-1 on round, or it could be 2-2, we don't know.
Goes high with the kick and caught by Azimi.
Nice elbow.
Step-in elbow.
Again, Azimi needs to press it a little bit more now. Standing there and just responding won't win the round. I won't turn the judges around.
Something big landed on Sohail Ashfar. Blood is trickling. I say trickle, pouring out of the nose. I didn't quite see what landed, but he's now got a big target.
Now again, that can have a psychological knock-on effect. Great knee just on the border of the scoring area.
Ashfar keeps touching it. He keeps putting the glove up to the nose. There again.
He can feel the blood there. He needs to kind of forget about that now and just focus on the task in hand.
It is leaking. I think potentially it might have been an elbow. The two of them stepped in and traded elbows.
Now we can see him scoring. He's putting legitimate scores on the board there with them body kicks, Ashfar, and he's going back to what I think he should do a little bit more of now. Show a diverse set of scoring, sweeps, clinch. Again, great kick and defense from Ashfar.
Superb balance as well by Ashfar as the kick was caught.
Again, another good score again from Ashfar. Another good score again.
Looking for that trip again. Shaken off by Azimi.
Now we can see a bit of a mouse underneath the left eye of Azimi here. So
step-in elbows by both men. Look like Ashfar got the better of that exchange.
A kick and a check. Azimi's going to need to maybe do a few more kicks. He can't just stand there.
Bounces back up Ashfar after that attempt to step in knee. And
good score. Yeah, especially when we're doing Thai, we can't train a jab. Unless you're going for the knockout, you can't train. Azimi can't hit him with a hook.
Trading body kicks here. Nice left hand right down the pipe, and that mouse is blowing up under the left eye of Azimi. Two fighters stand and haven't broke eye gaze.
Good score, unresponsive from Azimi. Nice response now he's got it. He just needs to do that.
There we go, we're out of time. We go to distance. Oh, to be a Muay Thai judge.